Absolutely. Here's your full-length audiobook script for Chapter 5, The Identity Shift, From Wanting to Being. Approximately 1,050 words, crafted for 7 to 9 minutes of spoken narration with the commanding audiobook authority tone. Chapter 5, The Identity Shift, From Wanting to Being. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your identity. That's the truth most people never face. They want discipline, but they still think like the undisciplined. They want transformation, but they refuse to become the person who does the work. They say, I'm trying to get in shape. I'm trying to be focused. I'm trying to be consistent. That's the problem. Trying keeps you stuck in wanting. Being moves you into doing. Stop trying. Start being. Here's the hard truth. You don't get disciplined by doing disciplined things once in a while. You get disciplined when the act becomes your identity. You don't try to go to the gym. You are the kind of person who trains. You don't try to eat clean. You are the kind of person who respects their body. You don't try to focus. You are the kind of person who finishes what they start. That's the shift, from effort to embodiment. When you're trying, you're negotiating. When you're being, you're executing. When you're trying, every day is a debate. When you're being, every day is a decision already made. That's the difference between friction and flow. You want to know why you feel resistance every morning? Because your actions don't match your identity. You're acting like one person but thinking like another. That internal war is what drains your energy. Discipline ends that war. You make one decision, who you are, and then you live it. That's the key. Listen closely. The identity you choose controls the habits you keep. If you identify as someone trying to be productive, you'll always seek motivation. If you identify as a productive person, you'll simply act productive. Identity comes before consistency. Consistency confirms identity. They reinforce each other, but it starts in your language. Words matter. Your brain listens to what you say. When you say, I'm trying, your brain hears, I might fail. When you say, I am, your brain builds proof to protect that identity. That's how humans work. You defend what you believe you are. So start saying the truth you want to live. I am disciplined. I am consistent. I am calm under pressure. Don't wait until it feels true. Repeat it until it becomes true. Stop trying. Start being. Every identity is built through evidence. Every repetition is evidence. Every small win is a vote for who you are. You don't need to become a new person overnight. You just need to start stacking votes for your new identity. Each day you show up early, that's a vote. Each day you finish the task, that's a vote. Each day you keep your word, that's a vote. That's how the identity shift happens, one vote at a time, one repetition at a time. Repetition creates results. Results create respect. And that respect starts with yourself. Let me tell you this. You can't fake identity forever. You can fake motivation. You can fake enthusiasm. But you can't fake identity. Because identity shows up when nobody's watching. When the lights are off. When the camera's not rolling. That's when your real standards reveal themselves. And here's the truth. The world eventually sees who you really are. Not what you say you'll do, but what you repeat, what you embody. So ask yourself honestly, who are you becoming when nobody's watching? Here's how to shift your identity in real life, not in theory, in practice. Step 1. Define the identity. Decide who you want to be, not what you want to have. Write it down, speak it out loud, anchor it in your mind. Example, don't say, I want to run a marathon. Say, I'm a runner. Then act like one. Step 2. Act in alignment, daily. Identity grows through repetition. You don't prove it once, you live it constantly, even when it's inconvenient, especially when it's inconvenient. Step 3. Eliminate contradictions. Every time you act out of character with your chosen identity, you weaken it. Stop saying you're disciplined if you still make excuses. Stop saying you're focused if your phone controls your attention. Live in alignment. That's where power is. The world respects people who are, not people who try. Think about a Navy SEAL, a surgeon, or a pilot. They don't try to be disciplined. They are disciplined. It's built into their identity through repetition, structure, and commitment. That's why they don't hesitate when the pressure hits. They act from identity, not emotion. That's the level you're aiming for, automatic execution, where your standards are so ingrained, your default is discipline. That's real freedom, freedom from hesitation, freedom from doubt, because you don't need to think, you just are. Let's repeat this until it sinks in. You're not waiting for the right mood. You're not waiting for the right time. You're not waiting for permission. You already are the person who does it. Every action you take reinforces that truth. Every time you show up, you make it real. Stop trying. Start being. That's the mantra. That's the shift. You're not building discipline anymore. You're becoming it. You have a choice right now. You can keep chasing who you want to be, or you can start living it. There's no finish line for identity, only evidence. So start collecting it, one rep at a time, one promise kept at a time, one moment of follow-through at a time. That's how discipline transforms from something you do into something you are. You've stopped trying, you've started being, and once you are, you never have to start again, because being is permanent. You've built the mindset, you've built the repetition, you've built the identity. Now it's time to test it, because identity means nothing without pressure, and pressure reveals everything. You've learned to act without emotion. You've learned to repeat without motivation. Now it's time to hold your ground under pressure. Chapter 6. Calm Under Fire. How to Stay Unshaken When Life Hits Back. End of Chapter 5. Approximately 1,050 words. Would you like me to continue next with Chapter 6, Calm Under Fire, How to Stay Unshaken, in the same style and length, 7 to 9 minutes, intense audiobook delivery?